Hey everybody, welcome. This is Joseph S. Samaniego, the author of the Carolingian Age series, and I am playing Crusader Kings 3 with the Royal Court DLC. As you can see, I have just started, so let's see how this goes. Not sure how this is going to work. Guess I'm not holding court yet. So, alright, so now we can have a little bit of court here. As I pace towards my throne, I overhear my knight Gonzalo proclaiming something to my wife, Mayor. Oh, how sweet. Oh, he's trying to flirt with her. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I don't care. Gives me grandeur. And that's part of this aspect of the royal court. So I can hold court. But I think for now, I'm going to hold off. Yeah, still gives me the option. So I am the King of Castille. This is my character. And I have married Mayor of Navarra. So I've created my own character, as I've done in the past, and I really just want to do this, talk more about history and talk more about just the game itself and how it relates to the fantasy genre. I did stack them up a little bit just to make this an easier game, so I could talk more. But this is my character, made my own family, the House of Samaniego Alarcon. Taking family names. Yeah, if you know, you know. There you go. And keeping the colors. It's a dragon, not a snake, but you know, like I said, if you know, you know. So let's get into the game here. Let's go ahead and hold some court. See how much my computer lags on this shit. As I'm trying to record and do a couple things. Alright, in order to be a successful ruler, you want to hold court. So it does cost a little bit of prestige there, but you know, it's kind of worth it. Court's nice, and you get some artifacts, so that's pretty cool. Sit on my throne, adjust it for the guards. It is just saying you want to get started. So I won't take too much time reading. My vassal Count Munio can barely contain his rage, erupting something must be done about the Basque outsider. He gesticulates. Wow. Wildly, I have quite had enough of Count Inigo and his ridiculous customs. I mean, have you seen how those savages eat? Wow, this is really getting heavy. Alright, so our nobility must be Castilian. There is much you can learn from other traditions. Like a vassal, or Castile is a man of many people. So this would actually get you some grandeur. Munio won't be happy, but you know, can't make everybody happy, as this DLC explains. This will get you dread. But I really want to go with the grandeur. And I think some of these others might give us grandeur too. No, I guess not. Okay, so we're just going to go with the grandeur one. We're a land of many people. And we are. Our next petitioner is evidently somewhat of a stranger in this court, as I did not recognize him in the eyes. My Marshal Count Munio have been on them since he first entered. My lord, I have come to declare that the people of County of Olmedo are refusing to pay taxes you levied upon us in times past. Okay, so they had some privilege and now they want that privilege. Alright, so let's see. I can hear them out, which is pretty good. Misinterpretation? Yeah, they might misinterpret it. Looks like I get the same option, so let's try the misinterpretation, but I might get some money out of it. Yep, hey, there you go. They just misinterpreted the law. It happens. My courtier, Fronhild, takes a turn bending my ear before assembling the court, which helps give me the honor of finding and administering physic to the royal family. I will not let you down. Alright, well, someone has to do it. So she basically wants to be my court physician. I need that, so, yeah. Someone's got to do the job. Might as well be her. Yeah, my business is done here. Alright, so we're moving on. Court's over. We can look at some artifacts that you have. You have spots for the artifacts. I don't know if I have any right now. I do not. Oh, no, I do. Shit. Alright, well, so let's put the Jimena house banner up. I am not part of the Jimena house, but that is the house of the area, so let's just put it up. And the Holy Nail. from Jesus Christ and his cross. We're going to put it right there. Alright, cool deal. So we got a couple artifacts. There's me, there's my wife, there's my court. And alright, let's get back to the game. Let's get back to the map. This is the map. It's the map. It's the map. Alright. Enough of that bullshit. Alright, got another decision already. One unhandled situation in your court. It's like when you leave work early, you know, not like on time, and then they start emailing you at like 5 o'clock. It's like, dude, really? Why would you honor that witch? Oh, shit. Screw you. I ain't listening to that crap right now. I just gave her the job. I don't even know how she's done. Watch her be like really bad. Let me see. Go to court. I can check out my court. And no, she's got a learning attributes. That's good. Hey, my wife's pregnant. All right, I can't wait to hold the baby in my arms. I know that feeling. I got two beautiful girls. I tell you, it's like when you're waiting, you're like, ah. All right, so let's get back to it. So I am Castile in 1066 or 1067 now, and guess who is one of my vassals? Sort of vassals. He's actually a courtier. Part of my court. And it is this gentleman. Damn, he's really. This gentleman right here. Rodrigo el Campeador de Vivar, El Cid. So if you guys have been watching the El Cid on Amazon Prime, it's pretty cool. It's amazing. It's very historically accurate for the setting and the characters. I wasn't thrilled with some of the actor choices, but after been just watching it here now, I am really loving it. They've grown on me, so I'm really digging it. But it's very, like I said, it's very, very greatly done historically. And it's on Amazon Prime, so if you haven't seen it, check it out. You can watch it dubbed in English. You can watch the Spanish with English subtitles. Either way, it's pretty good. And it basically just talks from El Cid's time as a page for Sancho to the point where he's knighted. And I haven't seen it all. Right as of right now, if you know the history, as of right now, Sancho is still alive, and he just actually defeated Alfonso. So it's coming up, you know, when Cid's gonna make Alfonso swear on the holy relics. So that's coming up. All right, so what we got? I could stage her execution, or I could execute her, or I could let her go. Stuff, but I never do that because that could turn bad. Those could turn bad. This one's probably the least bad, and I get some stewardship experience for it. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. I don't care. Pay homage to a glorious king. Show me. So you're gonna get a lot of people paying you homage. Now this happened obviously a lot. You can serve me well. He kneels and gives his oath. They would come in and give you homage, things like that, if you were the king or whatever your court was. And this is a feudal court, so what you have in feudalism, and I think we've talked about this in a previous video, is you have the king with vassals. So in this case, I have certain vassals, but also you have the county here. These are more or less not really independent, but they are for you. They're your vassals. Whereas these two guys are his vassals. So when you look at here, it says his liege is Munio. When you look at Munio, I'm the liege. Things like that. And that's how it kind of worked. You know, it kept the system sort of. It was a good landed system for the time. It's obviously not the ideal humanitarianly, but for efficiency with taxes and things like that, it was the best system that they could think of, and it allowed for the king to be able to not have to really administer. There is something in here in the cultural, and I don't know if I have it yet. I think it might be. Oh no, here it is. Yeah, bailiffs. So the bailiff culture. Now a bailiff would kind of be the king's representative, kind of like a sheriff would be for other areas, and these guys would basically just enact the king's laws. And by doing so, it actually allowed the king to kind of be at multiple places, in theory. Now, that was the whole point of the dukes and the counts and others. Oh, okay, Estefania. Cool. The issue there is that they had their own incentives to do it, whereas a bailiff, his incentive was getting your money, getting paid from the king. The count or duke would have incentives on their own by land or other aspects, and their vassals may not have been as loyal to the king as he was to his own liege. And we didn't really see that loyalty until later in the Middle Ages. Really after towards the end of the 100 Years' War, almost, and into the War of the Roses. In fact, towards the end of the War of the Roses, Wars of the Roses, should always be Wars of the Roses. That's when you see more of that. Just because it really started to make sense for the common people to say, hey, I'm not that much different than the guy in the next town over. Alright, so Jimena, open up, my sweetheart. It's I, Pedro. Jimena de Leon and Pedro of Valladolid. Double L's. Y sound. Alright. Oh shit, I totally forgot I have towns I gotta administer to. Burgos. And they talk about Burgos a lot, and so it already has the military camps, the hunting camp, and so I'm gonna do something. I'm just gonna go with fields to get more taxes. They do talk about Burgos a lot in the El Cid, which is pretty cool. If you're, that's where the capital is. So if we want to go historical, we definitely are going to want to kind of focus our efforts of conquest over here. I really don't care. Right now, I like to build up, so I do the slow burn, which gives others time. And I did do a wealth focus because I want to get a little bit more money early on. I'm going to go ahead and do this because I want to cut down the cost of my buildings. So, because really what I want to try to do is expand. I have a small kingdom as of now. I only have 3 actual domains, holdings. So I'm going to want to expand out of that, but obviously I'm only making $5 and 5 gold a month. That's gotta increase. Okay, so she became a novice. So now she is a novice physician. So that's why I have a physician as a learning skill set. It doesn't have to be a physician already. As long as the person has a learning skill set, they're usually pretty good. And she's already got 3 children. Wow, cool. Wow, she's got 3 children. They're all from the house of Leon. So I wonder where. Yeah, that's salacious gossip right there, Alright, so let's keep playing. So one thing about the court that you get that you have here, new acquisitions. Yeah, so usually they say you can get a lost tomb, you can help him go manage his holding. I usually do fill up my treasury because I need that money. We need that because the more money you put back into your counties, the more tax revenue you get. So like there, you get definitely tax revenue, plus the building time goes down. You could also look at the pastoral lands one, you get tax revenue plus levies. You get others that are just defender advantages plus levies, which is also helpful. It's good to space them out. And here, levies plus your men-at-arms increases, skill set increases, which is good. I'll explain that in a minute. And again, this is similar, different men-at-arms increase, but more levies. I'm going to go here. Now, levies are great for numbers. If you're looking at this, you're looking at it and it's saying you have 2,325 soldiers. Now, of those, you have 200 caballeros, 100 bowmen, 9 knights, and the rest are levies. Levies are okay. Like I said, they're great because they're numerous, but they're not skilled. You're basically talking about your commoners with rudimentary weapons. In our world, in historical world, they would have probably have had a sword or a spear. Probably not a sword. They would have had a different type of sword. More like something that would have resembled more like a falchion or like a machete style. A single-sided blade. Could have been a sax, or they would have had a spear, possibly. Maybe some axes, bill hooks, things that are like more working tools. The idea of commoners with pitchforks isn't too crazy in this concept. They would have gone with what they had in a lot of ways, because they would have been conscripted. If the lords could afford to supply arms, they would have. They probably would have had lighter armor, like gambesons, or even possibly just old hand-me-down armor, or whatever they could have gleaned off the battlefield, if they were successful. You know, the men-at-arms that you train here, now these guys are your specialists. These are the ones that are actually going to win you the battles and win you wars. So I'm going to go ahead and get a couple of these. So I got pikemen, I got bowmen, and I got caballeros. So I can go with more, not right now, but light horsemen later. I can get more armored horsemen. I don't know what the difference is with the caballeros. 2316, okay. 2315, okay. So these look to be similar. The armored horsemen obviously got better armor. Alright, so I'm going to go, but on this one, I'm going to go with light footmen. They're less expensive, they're decent, and I already got the pikemen and bowmen. Alright, secret to the reaches in Council of Mount Pedro has an extramarital affair with my courtier, Goto. How could he defile the sanctity of a marriage? Yeah, I'll be doing the same thing in a little bit. Not in the game, just in the game. Yeah, I guess I'll just go ahead. For any of my family that's watching, I'm talking about in the game. So I can imprison, I think she's already in prison, so I can ransom her and get a little bit of cash if I wanted to. I'll let the option come up. So, let's see here. So got the men-at-arms, and now I kind of talked about this in the video with the animals today that I posted earlier today. If you're seeing it, well, the history-inspired fantasy with animals talked about war horses, and I mentioned about spearmen and pikemen, and that's something really good to have these guys, because as you can see, I think it does say, yeah, pikemen counter these types: light cavalry, heavy cavalry, camel cavalry, elephant cavalry. That was the advantage of having pikemen and spearmen in the Middle Ages, was if you had a good row of well-disciplined and trained spearmen or pikemen, they could hold off a cavalry. And that's one reason why the war horse became so important, especially the armor, was because they were trained animals, and then the armor protected them. Obviously, there's only so much you can do, but the pikemen themselves were very successful in fending off cavalry. And let's see, you can also see here, bowmen are good against basically other bowmen, skirmishers. Yeah, I mean, once you shoot the bow and arrow, I mean, it's going to where it's going to go. I can demand an artifact to the mother. What did you call it? Let's see, he wants the House Jimena artifact. I guess. I really actually don't care. Yeah, I mean, it's not my artifact, it's yours. I'm not from the House Jimena, so you can take it. I don't care. Light footman, as you see, this is kind of what's on chainmail. Got a shield, got got an arm and sword. Now this is kind of this almost looks like a brigandine, but you know, in 1066 it wouldn't have been a brigandine. It would have probably been gambeson, which would have been more of a pullover, possibly tied, maybe in the back or even up in the front, or around the sides. But this is similar because you can see the pattern, so it's kind of like a gambeson. These guys are effective against heavy infantry. Probably, I guess really the idea is that they can move better. So there you go. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to click on your friends. So there you go. And I'll get another one. I get one more option for men-at-arms here in a second, so I'll get another men-at-arms in a minute. Well, actually, I'm gonna do it now. Shit. Oh, what we got? You've been stealing from me. How dare him? No, I show mercy. I show mercy for most things. I will sometimes execute prisoners during the battle, just because I don't like. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. That's probably a bad thing. I kind of want to go with the light horsemen. I really kind of want to. They're good against the archers, so that's good. Yeah, I think I just want to go with the light horsemen. And we decreased to 4. I thought we were at 4. Oh, shit. Alright, so now we can get an artifact. We can sponsor some, which, yeah, I did that. Thanks. Oh, two sponsors. Alright, we can weave an inspiration for the record. Historical record, sweet. Or we can get armor. No, I can't do it right now. And, well, she's decent. And the more money you have, the better you get, so that's always something to consider. These legendary shit. Now, the one thing that they have now here is the inventory. So you would get this, and it would drastically help you. Some of this stuff would kind of flow with you, but you know, if your son becomes king, or you know, whoever your heir is, they'll get your armor and stuff like that. And so that's pretty useful to have. So I need to have a son, because she's only going to get, I don't think she'll actually get, maybe she will. No, she can't inherit. So we're going to have to do something about that. We're going to have to have a son. It is what it is. So yeah, so I think, let's see how France is doing, or Normandy. Normandy is still doing their invasion, so it's always fun. Yeah, I think we're gonna call it night though, cause see how it goes. Alright, well, yeah, I just wanted to kind of check this out, see how it works. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll be around later. And nope, England won, or looks like he won. Tourney troubles. Yeah, I've wasted enough time on this disaster. Alright, take care.